So, the former Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon will give evidence to the COVID inquiry later today. This inquiry is happening in Edinburgh.
Yes, and she's been facing criticism of her record on issues including gender reform and the push for an independent Scotland. Well, now her pandemic leadership is coming under some close scrutiny as well.
Let's go to our political correspondent, Katherine Forster, on this one. Katherine, Nicola Sturgeon's gone up in my estimation. They've lost all her WhatsApp messages, but she did send texts to various people and they've now reported back. And she likes a good swear. She likes a swear, which some people are horrified by this, but I think it's very, very amusing. She swore at Boris Johnson, she swore about him, she swore about, but there was quite a few. There was quite a few people that she was doing this. So it's a pity her colourful WhatsApp messages are never to be found.
Yes, indeed. I think you're referring to, very notably, she referred to Boris Johnson, the then Prime Minister, as something I can't say on the morning, very offensive, clown. And during COVID, Nicola Sturgeon's popularity was through the roof. There were constant comparisons between what was seen as dither and delay and dysfunction in Westminster and the leadership of Nicola Sturgeon. But now, of course, there's been a huge fall from grace. She resigned last February. Her gender reform bill, lies in tatters. And of course, there was that astonishing arrest by police over the missing money and the blue tent in her garden last summer. So what a fall from grace she has had. Now, she's just arrived in Edinburgh in the last few minutes. She will begin giving evidence from 10 o'clock this morning. And as you say, I think there's going to be a lot of discussion about WhatsApp messages, because it turns out, in fact, that the way business was being done in Westminster and the way business was being done up in Scotland were not as different as we might have thought. There was a lot of government by WhatsApp, and lo and behold, despite having said that she would keep all of these messages, it transpires that in fact she hasn't. Most of them have been deleted, never to be seen again. There were some comments that was government policy, but Alex Salmond, her predecessor, giving evidence the other day, said that no, that was not the case. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that. Not so helpfully for Nicola Sturgeon, other people such as Kate Forbes, Humza Yousaf, etc., have kept WhatsApp messages. So some of Nicola Sturgeon's comments will be unearthed from them, but not a good look at all. And really, I think worth noting too that the excess deaths in Scotland, who were seen to go sort of harder, were tougher, more restrictive than England, and restrictions went on for longer. Although the excess deaths in England were higher in 2020, by 2021, they were pretty much level. So for all the differences in policy, there turned out to be not that much difference in the behaviour, in the deaths in both countries.